What's up, everybody? This is Pastor Daniel, Associate Pastor for Impact Worship Center. Hey, just want to thank you guys for all your support, all your love, all your prayers as the ministry continues to go forth and do the work of the Lord. And we just want to say thank you guys. We appreciate all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, the thumbs up, and as Pastor Maurice says, and the thumbs down. But just wanted to give you 5 minutes of encouragement and motivation. Recently, I moved to Chicago, and I've talked about it at different times with different people, but we had some struggles, man, really, with the process of moving, with getting everything squared away with our new home, even with our jobs, with everything. And so we struggled in some areas because when we got here, things weren't going right. It was obstacle after obstacle, major ones. And so me and my wife, man, we began to just struggle individually, with the process and how to show strength and to show our faith in God through the rough time, and more so to our children, right? Because they're the ones who are looking at us all the time. Every step we take, they're looking at us. They're into what we're doing. We're the main example for them physically, and so we struggled because we were so outdone with some of the things that were happening because we felt like we worked so hard, man. We prayed and we were, really felt like we were in the groove with what needed to happen. But during that time, we got out of our rhythm, our rhythm of prayer, our rhythm of study time, our rhythm of just trying to commune with God and have that individual time with God because of the overwhelming weight of some of the things that were happening. And, I talked to some people that I know really well, and they say, hey, when you're moving, man, that's that time where the enemy really wants to come in and try to attack. He really wants to come in and try to distract, you from, the main big picture and goals. And so we struggle, man, with being patient. We struggle with our faith. But I was reminded of the goodness of God and of the promise of God. And I went to a verse, it was Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understandings. And I want to stop there just for a second because the Bible is clear. It tells us to trust in the Lord with everything that I have, with all your heart. And it says, lean not to your own understandings. And when we face trials and we face issues, we begin to start looking at things our way. We begin to start to break down situations the way we want to break them down and never really looking at what it is God is trying to show us during this time. And, it really reminded me that we have to trust God in everything that we deal with and go through, everything that we're a part of, because the word, it pretty much commands it for us to trust the Lord. And if we can do that, then things can start to work out. And so to make a long story short, man, as things begin to unravel, man, God just began to bless. As we started to get back on track and started to focus on, hey, let's just not complain, but let's start getting back busy. Let's start, focusing back on what's most important. Man, let's start making sure we're praying. Let's start making sure we're getting back in that word. As we begin to get back consistent with our regularly scheduled, interactions, man, and time with God, man, we just saw him begin to just bless, opening doors. I had a job before we got here. My wife didn't. All of a sudden, boom, she gets a job after one interview the same day. And all of a sudden, we're starting on the same day of work. And so I just want to remind everybody just to trust God. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understandings. You may not understand totally what's going on, but God understands. God knows what's going on. And he's the one that's going to get you through those rough patches. The next part of that says, in all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. It was when I got back in communication with God and stop feeling sorry for myself. Stop saying, oh, woe is me. Oh, why is this happening to me and my family? Why are these things going on? then I can start to see clearly what it is God was doing, what the preparation process that he was taking us through. We were able to see it then. So just keep that in mind today, family. Trust God with everything you have. Acknowledge him and he'll direct your paths. Don't lose sight of him in the midst of trouble. Don't lose sight of who he is and whose you are in the midst of trouble, in the midst of, rough circumstances. So be encouraged in that. Continue to trust God and he will always bring you through. Be blessed, and we love you.